everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alice. I'm a kindergarten teacher by profession. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today I would like to talk about introducing learning to children. The other day, a parent of mine asked me a question on how they are going to help their child at home to start introducing letters, capital letters and small letters. So, and I've had an issue when children we're introducing the children into learning of letters. Um, the system has changed, especially for kindergartens. We don't necessarily teach the children using capital letters, A, B, C, D. I've noticed some of the parents, they use the old system that they were using in their days to start introducing letters to the children. So you find them teaching the children A, B, C, D, especially the 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds. That area where we introduce letters, we don't introduce capital letters. All right. The reason why we don't introduce capital letters is because when it comes to learning, especially when it comes now to trying to read 3-letter words such as bag or cat, it brings a lot of confusion. Or even you're trying to use first letter to represent a picture, it brings a lot of confusion. Because as a kindergarten teacher, I've always said learning for children should be very easy, should be very precise. Okay, we don't want to start confusing children from a very young age, and then when they move above to other classes, they become confused. The learning becomes difficult. You find others start hating school. When it's school time, they cry because we don't want to mess up the foundation. Okay, and kindergarten is very, very important for children, especially strong foundation. It's very important. So when you're introducing letters to children, I'm focusing on 3 to 4-year-olds. When we want to introduce learning to them, as a kindergarten teacher, we use sounds. All right. So I'll show an example. We use sounds. We don't use capital letters. So as you can see here, these are letters. These are capital letters. So this is A. Yeah. So this is the old system that used to learn. A. So you do say A for apple, which now we see now for children, it brings a confusion when you start saying A for apple. Why is it changing? Why is it A for apple? You understand? So there's a little bit of confusion there. So what we do for the children to understand, we use sounds. For us as kindergarten teacher, we call them sounds, but for others, we understand as lowercase letters. So this is sounds. So this is A. This one we say it as A, A, A. So we say A for apple, A for apple. So when you say A for apple, even the pronunciation, the learning for the children becomes easy because they're able to understand, oh, it's A for apple. So when you start saying A for apple, it changes. Yeah. And sometimes I remember back in the days when people were using the old system of A for apple, you hear even sometimes say A for apple, and it confuses. And I've seen some or even old people who don't old people who maybe they are teaching kindergarten. Sometimes they tend to mess up the children when they introduce capital letters to represent a picture sound. So if you start saying A for apple, you see you're messing up a child. And when a child learns something in kindergarten, that's the foundation. You have set a foundation. So even if they move up, you cannot try and change their mind and start saying this is A for apple. You understand? You say A. So we use the small letters. We say A for apple, A for apple, A for apple. The pronunciation rhymes with the first. Even here it's written here, you can see A for apple. So this one makes learning for them easy because when you say A for apple, it's connecting the two. A for apple instead of A for apple. It doesn't rhyme. All right, so that's why it's very important. We are using sounds, lowercase letters, to introduce learning to children. All right, but the capital letters, once they move to PP2, which is the pre-unit level, that at that age they are 5-year-olds, they're able to differentiate. So they're able to say now that's where we introduce the capital letters. Yeah, but so even if they learn this is A and small letter A, they're able to know when you're saying an apple, it's A for apple. They won't be able to say A for apple. All right, so Fuchs, I know it has been confusing a lot of my parents, especially when we give out activity for the children to do at home. It messes them up as the parents are not able to understand what the child is saying. All right. So another one here. This is B, B, B for butterfly. B for butterfly. B for butterfly. And you cannot start telling a child B for butterfly. You see, it changes. So that one will bring confusion to a child. It's not saying B for butterfly. How is it? Yeah, it doesn't rhyme. So that's why we say B. B for butterfly. B for ball. Yeah. You see, so here, even if you're teaching a picture about a boy, you'll say B. B for boy. B for boy. You can't say B for boy. It changes. So it's B for boy. All right. Then here, you can even use this one. You're using different vocabulary. So it's B, B for baby. B for baby. So learning becomes easy for them as they move on. All right, so this one is how we pronounce it. If you're teaching about an elephant and you want them to know the first letter that represents, so here we'll say A for elephant, A for elephant. You can start saying E for elephant. It changes. So basically, that's why we start with the small sounds from 3 to 4-year-olds, so that learning becomes easy for them. And when you introduce words like this, so the people say A for elephant. Yeah, and it makes learning very easy. So I will encourage you, even at home, for the parents who are trying to introduce letters to children, especially from 3 to 4, kindly start with the small letters. We call them sounds. It will make learning easy for the children, even when they're trying to present a sound, a small letter sound to represent a picture. It will be easy for them to understand and to connect. All right, so here can't start saying D for dog, D for dog, no. So it said D for dog, D for dog, D for dog. So if even when trying to pronounce a child to be able to write a word dog, when they move to 5-year-old, we say try and spell the word dog, they will be able to say D, O, G, D, O, G, D, Og, D, Og, D, Og, D, Og. Then they will be able to say dog. All right. So that's why we introduce the small letters to 3-4-year-olds. All right, because at 4 years old we expect by the end of the year, for 4-year-olds, they're supposed to be able to read and to write 3-letter words. All right, so that's why it's very important for them to understand the small letters first, before when they go to PP2, now the pre-unit, now we introduce the capital letter. At that level, they are able to differentiate, and it won't confuse them up when they start learning. All right, so I hope this video helps. Kindly subscribe, share this video, and leave a comment on what you'd like me to talk about, on the content that you would like for me to talk about. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.